And now, the closest he comes to defining the Tao, which cannot be defined, I'm just saying the closest he comes to defining it is in these little lines, which I will read to you now. And again, you need to listen to that, not just with your head, but you need to listen to that with your belly or your entire being, those words, because you cannot understand them just through the mind. If they are meaningful, or if you can sense the power that is in the words, then you are sensing your own power beyond thought activity. There was something formless and perfect before the universe was born. It is serene, empty, solitary, unchanging, infinite, eternally present. It is the mother of the universe. For lack of a better name, I call it the Tao. Note that he begins by saying there was something formless and perfect before the universe was born, before the arising of form, before the Big Bang, you could say. He uses the past tense. In the next line he says, it is serene, empty, solitary. It is not only that which was there before the world came into being, it is that which continues to be there timelessly at the core of your being. That which was there before the Big Bang is still present in you, the unmanifested one life, one consciousness, without which you are nothing. It is the essence of who you are. And of course, if you say that to a normal materialist, scientist, whatever, I'm saying a normal scientist, not a great scientist, then he will say, what is this nonsense? Or if you tell it to somebody who is totally close to it, they'll say, this is mumbo jumbo. There was something before the universe was born, and there's something. What are you talking about? And now listen, he very wisely, Stephen Mitchell, put in a little quote by one of the great scientists, Albert Einstein, what he had to say about it. Somebody who did a lot of thinking, but whose thinking was rooted in the stillness, which, as we should see, is an essential part of the teaching of the Tao. His thinking was rooted in the Tao, in the stillness beyond the noisy mind. That's where Einstein's realizations came from. And so he was not just trapped in his noisy mind like most scientists and then deny the reality of the transcendental, but he was connected with it. And he said, I'm not used to quoting from books in talks. Here's Einstein talking. The scientist's religious feeling takes the form of a rapturous amazement at the harmony of natural law, which reveals an intelligence of such superiority that, in comparison with it, all systematic thinking of human beings is an utterly insignificant reflection. This feeling is the guiding principle of my life and work. The recognition of a vast intelligence that underlies all of creation. Instead of saying, what, something more intelligent than me? That can't be. That's mumbo jumbo. something that I can't understand, I can't categorize. What mumbo jumbo is that? This is what the Tao Te Ching calls standing on tiptoe, and you're not stable. It's in the flower. It creates that. It's in you. It pervades the very space around us. It comes through the human brain, the brain is gives it some form. And when the brain goes, it no longer goes through that form. It's the very consciousness that you are. So this shows that Einstein was in touch with that dimension. That's why his thinking was inspired. That's why he had sudden revelations.